When they were only 3 months old, their mother made a decision that changed their lives forever. She walked away. She left their father, claiming life was too hard and she could not continue living in poverty. She disappeared without looking back, leaving behind a man with nothing but 2 tiny babies who depended on him for everything. Their father, Samuel, was a simple man. He worked small jobs, carrying loads at the market, digging farms for people, even shining shoes in the streets, just to earn a little money. He had no one to help him. His relatives told him, "You cannot raise twins alone. Give them away or they will die of hunger." But Samuel refused. He looked at his daughters, their little hands curling around his finger, and he made a promise, "I will never leave you. Even if it costs me everything, I will raise you." Life was not easy. Some nights, he went without food so that Aisha and Alisha could drink milk. He tied them on his back one at a time as he worked in people's farms. Sometimes, when one cried, he carried both in his arms and still pushed a wheelbarrow. People laughed at him. Some mocked him, saying, "A man raising babies alone. You will fail." But Samuel never gave up. As the twins grew, they began to notice how different their life was. Other children had mothers who braided their hair, cooked for them, or dressed them for school. They only had their father, who sometimes struggled to comb their hair or cook properly. Yet in their little hearts, they admired him deeply. He was not perfect, but he loved them with all he had. The years passed, and Samuel worked harder than ever. He saved every coin for their education. He refused to let poverty stop his daughters. When Aisha and Alisha reached school age, he bought them second-hand uniforms from the market. They looked faded and oversized, but to the twins, they were a crown of pride. In school, the twins shone brightly. They were clever, always scoring the highest marks in class. Their teachers admired their discipline and respect. But life outside school was still hard. They sometimes walked barefoot, carrying books in plastic bags when other children had school bags. At lunch breaks, while others ate snacks, the twins quietly drank water to silence their hunger. Yet, they never complained. They always told their father, "Don't worry, Baba. One day we will make you proud." And truly, their words began to come true. When they reached high school, their talents became clear. Aisha was gifted in science and dreamed of becoming a doctor. Alisha had a sharp mind for business and numbers. The community began to notice them. A local women's group decided to support part of their school fees after hearing about their hardworking father. Slowly, hope began to shine. Then came the national exams. Aisha and Alisha studied day and night, often using a kerosene lamp when electricity was cut. Their father sat beside them, sometimes dozing off, but always there to remind them, "Keep going, my daughters. Your future will be bright." When results were released, the entire village was shocked. The twins had both scored among the top students in the country. Reporters came, stories were written, and people who once mocked their father now praised him. They both won scholarships to study at the university. Years rolled by, and Aisha became a brilliant doctor, while Alisha turned into a successful businesswoman. Together, they lifted their father out of poverty. They built him a house, dressed him with honor, and made sure he lacked nothing. But life had one more surprise waiting. One ordinary afternoon, as Alisha was leaving her office, she saw a woman waiting at the gate. Her clothes were old, her face tired, but her eyes looked familiar. The woman whispered, "Alisha, my daughter." Alisha froze. Her heart pounded. That voice, she had only heard it in fading memories from her early childhood. The woman continued, tears in her eyes, "I am your mother." News spread quickly to Aisha and their father. Samuel could hardly believe it. The woman who had left them to suffer, the woman who had abandoned him with 2 babies, was now standing before them. She explained that life had been hard. She remarried but was later abandoned again. She had no money, no home, and now no choice but to look for the daughters she once left behind. She begged, "Please, forgive me. I am your mother." The twins were torn apart inside. Part of them was angry, remembering the nights they went hungry, the humiliation, the pain their father endured. But another part of them felt pity. She was still their mother, the one who had given them life. Samuel said nothing at first. His eyes were filled with emotion. Then, slowly, he turned to his daughters and said, "I raised you not to hate, but to have wisdom. This is your choice." After many days of thinking, the twins decided to forgive her. They remembered the lessons their father taught them, that carrying anger only poisons the heart. They welcomed her back into their lives, but with caution. They respected her as their mother, yet never forgot the man who had sacrificed everything for them. The village was stunned. Some people said they should have rejected her. Others said they did the right thing. But the twins knew they had chosen the harder, nobler path. And so, the story of Aisha and Alisha teaches us something powerful, that love can grow even from broken beginnings, that forgiveness can heal even the deepest wounds, and that true strength lies in resilience and compassion. From babies abandoned at 3 months, to successful women changing their community, their journey reminds us that destiny cannot be stopped by pain. And though life may surprise us with twists we never expect, it is always possible to turn suffering into victory.